Why were people afraid of the Ark of the Covenant? Think about that carefully. It was a box. Yet entire nations feared it. Why? Because it was never just a box. It represented something deeper. In the book of Exodus, detailed instructions were given for its creation. Specific materials, specific design, specific handling. Nothing about it was casual. Because the Ark represented presence, power, holiness. And when something represents those things, it changes how it is approached. That's why in Scripture, the Ark was carried with extreme caution. Not touched carelessly. Not handled casually. Not treated lightly. Now pause for a moment. Why would something sacred create fear? Because people naturally fear what they do not fully understand. And throughout history, human beings have struggled with reverence. Over time, people become familiar. And familiarity, it can lead to carelessness. Things that once felt sacred start to feel ordinary. And once something feels ordinary, it stops being respected. But the Ark challenged that. It created boundaries, limits, a reminder that not everything should be approached casually. That some things require awareness, responsibility, respect. And maybe that still matters today. Because modern culture often removes reverence from everything. Nothing feels sacred anymore. Everything becomes casual, accessible, ordinary. But the Ark tells a different story. It reminds us that some things carry weight. And when something carries weight, it should be approached differently. But here's the deeper part most people miss. The Ark was not powerful because of its gold. Not because of its appearance. Not because of how impressive it looked. It was powerful because of what it represented. That changes everything. Because it means true significance is not always visible. It's not always found in appearance. It's not always found in what people can see. Sometimes, the deepest value is unseen. And that applies beyond this story. Now think about modern life. People chase visible success, status, image, attention. Things that can be seen, measured, recognized. But the Ark points to something different. It reminds us that unseen meaning often carries greater value than outward appearance. Integrity, character, purpose. Things that are not always visible. But it matters deeply. And maybe that's why this story still fascinates people today. Because deep down, people still recognize that some things should not be treated casually. That some things deserve respect. That some things carry more weight than they appear to. And when those things are ignored, something important is lost. So the real question is not, why were people afraid of the Ark? The real question is, what have we stopped respecting today? What have we made too casual? That was never meant to be. And if that question feels uncomfortable, maybe that's where awareness begins. If this made you think differently, subscribe to Grace Unseen for more hidden biblical truths and deeper meanings behind the stories most people overlook.